Hello, welcome back to Story Reckless. I'm Nathan, and I'm the DM here, and I use he/him pronouns, and we are playing D&D, an actual play live stream D&D, playing Descent into Avernus. But yeah, with that, let's do some player intros.
Nathan, every time you say we're playing Descent into Avernus, I have the thought, well, we have already descended into Avernus, so clearly we have one.
Right, so what is it now? Just Avernus?
Just Avernus.
Ascent from Avernus.
Ascent
We
from...
need to ascend from Avernus.
Ascend from Avernus. We are now playing Ascend from Avernus. Yeah.
I'm Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Kidon, half-elf grave cleric.
My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns. I'll be playing Calliope, Air Genasi old lady, an artificer, and assorted mechanical contraptions. And I understand that Avernus isn't literally down and the material plane isn't literally up. So like descent and like ascent they're more metaphorical.
What on earth do you mean?
I'm Enyo, they, them pronouns, playing Pip, an alchemist satyr, and we were in Elturel, and we went down to Avernus. So...
There you go.
I think Pip has a point.
There.
I'm gonna write that down. What's the date? What's the date, Kadam?
It's what? Early, whatever the month after Eliant is.
Yeah, it's
October.
it's the 15th of Marpaneth.
Marpaneth. Oh, I'm completely off.
Yeah.
Every time you cast sending, you should just like ask the person for like a calendar update.
What date?
Oh my god.
Time traveler syndrome.
Yeah. What date is it? I'm gonna have to make a new calendar soon. We're almost done with the year of 1492. 1490, I mean. We're in 1490? I can't remember what year we were in.
Usually it's 1492.
It's usually 1492. I think for some reason I said this in 1490. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, yes. So, here we are. We're back. We got our player intros, and let's do this. Let's go into a spooky forest, sort of forest, a bramble. So, last we left off, you all were continuing to travel across Avernus, going on fetch quest after fetch quest. You ended up speaking with Ralzala, the Dao guarding the demon zapper. Found out a little bit about her, found out that she's been bound to this place, but would be willing to give you the Celestial, but she needs a way to get out and doesn't know how to break her bindings to this place, but knows somebody who might, and told you of Red Ruth. You all decided to go to Red Ruth and see if you could speak with her and find out how to break Ralzala free. Ralzala told you to go to a place known as the Bone Brambles. With the help of your Petrified Hand and Gaurgauth, you eventually arrived at the Bone Brambles, a hellish forest. Who would have thought in hell that there's a hellish forest? But this twisted, gnarled patch of twisting vines and roots and branches of bleach bone white bark and vines. The bark itself seemed to be dripping with blood. There were pustule-like fungus that were growing off of the bark itself, and you could see as you pressed in closer that there were what looked to be petrified bodies twisted up within the brambles. However, there were some pathways leading in, very narrow, twisting, winding pathways. You decided to go in. You winded your way through this maze-like structure, eventually finding a dead end. But before you could turn around and head in a different direction, the brambles themselves seemed to come to life, and 3 hulking, twisted mounds of vines, roots, and blood came lurching out of the underbrush and in an attempt to consume you. A fight has started, and as Kadam, you were being attacked by one of these mounds, you watched as the central piece sort of opened up almost like a mouth, and within you could see the remnants of broken and shattered bones inside. And that is where we left off. I believe we're at the top of the order. So, first up, we have Valor.
All right. So Valor is hasted,
Oh, man. Yeah.
and so is going to make 3 attacks on the one in front of her. Is the one directly in front of her more injured than the other?
Yes. The
Does it
one
work?
directly in front is indeed more injured.
Okay. Here we go. 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
12 points of slashing.
Okay.
17 to hit.
Yep.
9 points of slashing. Dirty 20. 10 points of slashing.
Okay, so 3 rapid strikes, carving off pieces of the bone-white brambles, just falling down. This lurching mound sort of recoils for a moment, but then continues to press forward. Is that it for Valor?
Yeah.
Okay, Kadam, you're
Pretty
up.
solid. All right. I'm going to reach around the hedge right here and shout to Valor, Valor, give me your glaive.
She whips it around to present it to you.
I'm going to slap the blade and cast Holy Weapon.
What happens?
The entire blade of the glaive just erupts in this shining silver moonlight.
Nice.
So there is now bright light within 30 feet of her, and
Okay.
dim light within another 30 feet.
Nice. Yeah, the entire place lights up around Valor with this bright moonlight. Anything else for you?
For my action, I will toll the dead on the one in front of me.
Okay. The one that you've already hurt, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of save is it? Wisdom?
Wisdom,
Okay.
please.
Here we go. That is an 11.
Excellent. 14 points of necrotic damage.
Nice. You whip the mirror out, and this time, as you whip the mirror out, you see pieces of the brambles sort of decay rapidly and just kind of fall off. All right. Anything else for you, Kadam?
Nope.
Okay. Lulu. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna do it again. Blast some sparkles out. Let's see. I feel like she would be able to hit blasting. I can't remember last time. I think she can only hit one because of the nature of the brambles themselves. So yeah, she'll go for the one that you went for, Kadam. I always forget what this is. I think it's a dex save. Just double checking. Sparkles. Con save. Okay. Here we go. Sparkles shower over that bramble, and it does save, so it will take half damage. Half radiant damage. 48 plus 4. 22 plus 26, so 13 points of radiant damage, burning it away. That takes us to Pip.
Okay, all right. It's very, very crowded in here.
Oh yes.
Just like,
So crowded.
all right. Excuse me. Just gonna move through here for a bit. And I think Pip kind of just leans against or squeezes between Valor and the brambles, like,
Yeah.
excuse me, pardon me. Okay, and loads a mystery round into the chamber.
Okay, which, as you rotate the cylinder, which round are you, like, which cylinder are you switching it to? Don't remember if I described them.
Nathan, could you switch the stream to the map?
Yes, of course. Thank you, No One's Hero. I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you. I was so excited to jump right into the combat that I just was like,
That you
map?
did so.
Who knows? We don't need no map. Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I mean, it's not like anyone's moving anywhere. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So you
Hey, excuse you, I moved 5 feet diagonally.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, there's 5 different chambers, and you can't read Infernal, so you can't really see any of the runes. I'll tell you what. As you click, so you were on fire. You click once. There's a little bit of a spark that kind of like an electrical spark as you click into that chamber. Do you keep clicking to the next one?
You know what? Let me see. Yeah, what the hell? Let's see if they're zappy.
Okay, so you're gonna stop on that one. Little bits of electrical energy. Okay, what are you doing next?
Going to try and aim it at the 2 that are within my range.
Okay, so, and are you gonna do the cone?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it fires off. So I'll need you to split the damage up for me. They both make dex saves.
Is the damage the same as the Hellfire round, but with...
Correct, with lightning damage.
Okay.
They both fail.
Yes, okay, cool. So now I just get to find out whether or not they... what is it? 3d10 and 3d6 fire. Or 3d6 lightning.
Mm-hmm. So do the piercing first. 16,
yeah.
Nice. So tears through them, 16 damage to each. And then for the lightning, the lightning courses out. And you watch as it seems to get sucked into the brambles, almost like they're drinking water. And the lightning goes through the brambles themselves, and you watch as they kind of swell, and you see new brambles starting to sprout out as they get struck with this lightning hit. I'm so sorry. I was going down the list in order. You were on fire. The next one was lightning, and so that's what you got. They both get 12 hit points back.
They're still net 4 damage.
You did 4 damage to them. Just
Pip is just standing there like, okay, noted. I remember reading a paper about how electricity stimulates various mushrooms, but it didn't occur to me that it would be true in an infernal sense too. I'm really questioning the logic of Avernus here, but whatever.
Do you think these are mushrooms?
Well, I don't know what they are. There's fungal and pustules and...
There are pustules.
Don't use lightning.
so sorry.
Got it.
No.
All right.
He gave us every opportunity. It's like, do you want to use this bullet?
Yeah, well, as I was happening, I was like, okay, lightning's next, and then I started describing it, and then I'm like, oh, shit, okay, well, okay, so...
You know what? It's fine. I have 5 more. I'm gonna bonus action disengage and just be like, okay, let me look through these. I'm gonna actually look through them now.
All right, you push into the corner. I'll give you one more. You push into the corner and start to rotate through the cylinders. The next one clicks into place, and you see a kind of a sickly green-yellow gas kind of leak out
Oh, it
from
has
it.
to be fucking this. I knew this was the one I should have used too.
All right, next up is Calliope.
Quick question. Do we know how much space there is behind the one in front of us currently, since we saw it come out of the wall? Like,
how
is
much?
there...
Sorry, how much space is behind?
Behind this
That one. Oh,
Yeah.
it is like fully, like kind of part of the wall. Just
Okay,
sort of
so like there's
bursting out,
no
so there's no space
room to
behind
like
it.
bump
Yeah.
it backwards.
Not really. I mean, you could try. You might be able to like push it into the brambles, but yeah, it's like these things are almost part of the wall themselves, just kind of like pulling out. Yeah.
So I'm hearing shove action probably is not effective here.
I would say I would probably give them a bonus, right?
You know what? Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, big dummy, get that one back in.
All right. So which one are you shoving? The one that Kadam hurt?
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
trying to push that one back and use my bonus action to have big dummy just like I think
Shove attack.
yeah, just like ram into it and like
Okay.
push it back.
All right. It's gonna make its strength check. Big dummy makes either a strength check, or if they have proficiency in athletics, they make an athletics check.
It does indeed. So big dummy gets +6 to this roll.
Nice. Okay.
22.
Ooh. Yeah. Even. Let me actually hold up. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Even with the bonus with the wall, so it rolled a 16. I was gonna give it like a +5 because of all the stuff behind it. So even with that, it gets up to a 21. So 22 just barely beats it, and it.
So it's just this like scrabbling, like, yeah, like it's opened its maw, it's like threatening Kadam, and Big Dummy just like walks into a briar patch.
Mm-hmm.
I think Calliope is just like and so like as it kind of like pulls back, Calliope is going to just while it's 5 feet away, use 2 lance attacks to just kind of like slash it and like
Nice.
I think actually like try to like pin it into the wall.
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
just narratively, just trying to like make it so it can't like get out.
Go
I don't
for
know
it.
if we can kill these things, but we can try. And so that's 2 straight attacks with the lance,
Mm-hmm.
but not at disadvantage because we're not right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
18 and 26.
Those both hit.
That is 30 piercing damage.
Wow. Calliope, you eviscerate this thing. And it just kind of de-animates and just sort of collapses into the brambles and stops moving. You do see the brambles quickly, though, that are not part of this shambling mound. They start to sort of grow back into place. Not aggressively towards you, but it seems like the wall is trying to stitch itself back together.
Oh, maybe that's it. Like it's still like maybe like partially alive, but then just like trapped in there. Like
Yeah.
as the wall like grows in,
It's just
it just like locks it in place.
It's just kind of getting compressed in. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It is. That one is off the board.
Nice.
Thank you.
Is that it for you, Calliope?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. That takes us to the shambling mounds.
Oh, is that what these are?
Valor only has. Valor's the only target right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Could
this
it
is
not
gonna-
attack me?
I don't know why it would though.
That's fair.
So here we go, Valor. This is gonna be.
I will
4
do
attacks.
disadvantage on one of the ED ones.
Okay, so first attack. Well, they all seem to be the same sort of attack. These like these big vines whipping
Yeah,
out
the first
and trying
one
to
then.
grab.
It's probably
Okay.
fine.
So first one will be disadvantage. An 18.
That misses.
Okay, so gets batted out of the way by Big Dummy. The next attack comes in for a 9. That misses. The other one tries to reach around the corner. I think I did give Valor a cover bonus.
I think it was half cover.
Okay, so +2 bonus to AC. I think I said 3/4 cover. Which
I mean, I will take 3/4.
yeah, I feel like I remember saying that. So to be consistent, Valor gets the +5 to AC. So here we go.
Okay.
Two more attacks. No, that was a natural 1 and an 18. So it just cannot. It can't get around the corner towards Valor, trying to grab Valor, but it can't. That was their turns. Next up is Valor. Oh.
All right,
no.
baby. 3 attacks, doing 1d10 plus 2d8 plus 5.
Real quick,
Yep.
The one that was trying to reach around to grab Valor, Kadam and Calliope, you suddenly see the wall next to you sort of start to bulge, and that one is going to essentially burrow through and appear out the other side as room was made from its dead companion.
Okay.
And appear in that space.
Don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Valor is up. Oh, Valor does get an attack of opportunity.
Sure. Why not?
Same 3/4 cover bonus
Yes.
since she had that.
So helps get across.
Valor does have reach.
Valor, 26. That's 10 points of slashing.
26 to hit. Yeah, that definitely hits. And how much?
10 points.
10 points. Does she get the holy thing as well?
Yes. An additional 4 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Radiant.
Okay. Now it's Valor.
Okay. Okay, here we go. 18
Yep.
to hit. 8 points of slashing. 11 of radiant.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Yep.
Is 9 points of slashing. 10 points of radiant.
Okay.
Last attack. 16 to hit.
Yep.
Wow. 15 slashing. 13 radiant.
Flashes of moonlight casting crazy shadows throughout this space, and as that final slash comes down with a brilliant flash of moonlight, the light clears and you just see a smoldering mound of foliage on the ground with slowly withering away, bones starting to poke up out of the withered form. It is destroyed.
How much damage was that turn? Just asking for me.
It was like over 50, because this thing was, I think, at like 60 something hit points, so it was like,
Yeah, I think it was 30 on that last one, about
Yeah.
20 on the one before that.
Yeah.
So it could have been up to like 60 damage. Dang.
yeah,
Not bad for Valor.
Yeah.
that was crazy. Anything else for Valor?
Well, actually, it's half movement
Through
move
allies.
or
Yeah.
double movement. Okay. Yeah, she'll just sidle up there.
Okay, yeah, great. So pushing through you all, whipping the glaive around, getting ready to face off against the next one, taking us to Kadam.
Blat.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Con save, please, at
cons-
disadvantage.
yeah. A 6. So what is that? 56 damage?
Yeah, 56.
I believe it was 64.
Well,
8d8.
so it's 8 times 8.
8 times 8 is
I'm sorry, I'm panicking.
64.
64?
64.
In it?
I think you're
Enya
right.
is nodding.
64, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Wow,
Great.
my brain, I fully panicked there and I could not do multiplication. 64 damage, my god. Okay, so grab onto it and it's just like more than half of this thing turns to ash and just onto the ground as a bunch of bones come rattling out onto the ground as this happens. It looks real messed up after that. Anything else, Kadam?
No.
Okay, Lulu has one last sparkle attack. She will save it, and seeing there's only one left, she's just gonna try to poke it with her little tusk. Boink. 15 to hit. I believe just misses. Oh, it just hits.
Are her tusks bigger or smaller than the thorns on these things?
Oh my god. Like about the same size. Somehow, though, she manages to shove a little tusk in and then just rip and a bunch of thorns and vines just rip out. And
Oh, I guess, yeah,
has
elephants
6.
are good at eating thorny plants, aren't they?
That's
Like
fair, yeah.
That's kind of their whole thing.
Yeah, maybe she uses
elephants have other things.
her trunk a bit to like wrap into some of the vines to pull and wedge out, and does a little bit of damage to it. That was Lulu, taking us to Pip.
Well, part of me really just wants to watch Valor swing again. I mean, a very large part of me.
You can totally do that.
You're just gonna hold your action to win.
I just like watching you work.
No. So what's the? How many times can I use Mad Maggie's kiss?
The pistol?
How does that work? Yeah.
It should be listed. Let me see.
Let me.
It uses
Oh,
charges.
there it is.
Yeah, so you've used it twice now, and you've.
Oh no. The let's see. I'm trying to find it. The Mad Maggie's kiss, the wording bond.
Oh, the wording bond. That expends 2 charges every time you use wording bond, and you've already used 2, right? For the.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have a total of 6. So you have 2 charges left. That would be it. That would be all of your charges.
It's not worth it. I'm just gonna. Yeah, shit. I mean, these mounds can't even hit her yet. I can't even hit her. Okay, I'm just gonna move forward because I can't even see where these things are anymore.
You suddenly see it right there.
Oh, well, dang. Okay, I guess I'm going to hide in the brambles and sort of army crawl, and then bonus action hide.
Go for it. Make a stealth roll.
I really should come up with something better for this because my stealth is really not good.
Hey, there you go. 18.
Okay.
That definitely beats its passive. So you are hidden, and then as you roll out, it doesn't see you.
All right, I'm gonna shoot this little cactus. Okay. 27.
That definitely hits. You do have advantage, so just see if you get the critical hit, and you can roll again.
Oh wow.
Nice.
No.
Is that right? You have a plus 14 to hit?
14? No, that should be plus 8. Why does that say plus 14?
I don't know, but either of those would have hit with a plus 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like the first one, you do 7 piercing, 5 for sneak attack. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. That is so weird. I don't know why it's a plus 14.
I just changed it too.
Yeah,
So
we'll have to look at that. That's so odd. Okay, so
Witch dice.
or use witch dice. There you go.
I should, yeah.
I'm just double checking when you shoot the pistol. Does it just do? It just does the pistol damage, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what is that? A total of 12 damage. Nice.
Yes.
A bunch of the vines shatter off. It's looking real messed up. Anything else for you, Pip?
Calliope, I want to see Valor finish it off. You do what you must, but
Now, this is an experiment.
Calliope,
Valor,
you're up.
how's that electricity working out for you?
She her head snaps around towards you really fast. Her pupils are incredibly dilated, and she's just like, "This is the best shit ever. How long does this last?" And just pulls her glaive up, getting ready to.
We're finding
slash
out.
Down.
I've never done it before.
What are you gonna do, Calliope?
We're gonna do another shove attack.
Oh, another shove attack. Okay, great. Go ahead, and I will. It's same thing. The mound will get a +5 on top of its athletics.
I got 24 this time. I'm rolling well tonight.
I've got a 19 + 5, so that is 24. So
I guess I'll flash a genius.
yeah.
okay, yeah, if you want to, go for it. So So Big Dummy and the Shambling Mound slam into each other, and Big Dummy pushes into the soil, like pushing with all of his might into this thing. What's the little kick that you give it to shove this thing away?
I'm gonna pull the ejection lever and like pop myself out.
Okay.
And just like, I think the like Newton's second law or whatever will be enough to like push Big Dummy forward.
Awesome. So you get shot backwards.
Yeah.
Big Dummy shoots forwards, and this thing is shoved into the wall. And it's just barely there now, melded in with its dead ally in the wall. Okay, anything else for you, Calliope?
I'll hold my action to blast it.
Okay.
after Valor. With just like a ray of frost or something.
Sure. I mean, it's gonna kind of shift over to here.
No.
Into that space.
We're learning so much.
I don't think this thing really knows necessarily. Valor hasn't hit this one yet. Kadam, you're more exposed.
I have been mean to it.
Yeah, you're more
did my
exposed.
best.
So it's gonna go for you twice. Here we go. 20 to hit, dirty 20.
Yep.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Big Dummy disadvantage.
Okay.
On this first attack.
20 was the lower roll, so gets
Okay.
smacked out of the way. Second one comes in, 18,
That hits.
16 points of bludgeoning, so that's a total of 26
Ouch.
damage.
All right.
I think you make 2 concentration checks.
I do. Yeah, 16 for the first,
Okay.
and 16 for the second.
Okay, so you hold on to Holy Weapon, but as both of these massive vines shoot out and smack Kadam, they manage to wrap entirely around Kadam, and then you watch the center mass of this thing open up, and Kadam, you are fully engulfed and disappear inside the vines as it snaps shut. Kadam, you are now grappled. You are blinded and restrained, and you cannot breathe as it's pushing down on you.
Oh, that's exciting.
You need to make a con save for me. Wait, at the start of each of the mounds turns. Okay, so you're fine. You're currently just grappled, restrained, blinded, and can't breathe.
That
you're fine.
is your definition of fine.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So, Kadam, you are in darkness,
Alright.
and feeling horrible pressure all around you, and definitely like piercing pain as some of it is starting to press into you, but nothing quite breaking the skin. But you are, let me see, I think, yeah, that's what you feel. You just feel intense pressure. That was the Shambling Mound's turn, and Kadam disappears. It is now Valor's turn. Valor, shit.
For the drama.
I'm getting you out of there, Kadam.
Okay, let's see here. All of the dice. Okay. First attack. 21 to hit.
Yep, definitely.
Oh my gosh. I keep rolling 15 slashing. 12 radiant.
Okay.
Second attack.
Mhm.
25 to hit.
Yep.
9 slashing, 5 radiant.
Okay.
Last attack. 25 to hit again.
Yep.
6 slashing, 3 radiant.
What does this look like as Valor completely eviscerates this thing? Holy Weed Whacker and Demon Zapper
Holy Weed
Fantasy
Whacker.
Costco.
That's great. So Sehanine is not a well, no, they are. I wonder. Tell me if this is going a little far theologically.
Okay.
Might we see the aspect of Sehanine as the bringer of death kind of superimposed over Valor?
Totally.
Like see her in her female form as she who ushers the elven dead across the threshold?
Absolutely, yeah. So superimposed over Valor. Which form is this the female form, like the one with the like barn owl face, or just full?
I don't know that.
I don't know
if we've seen a gendered form of her before.
Okay, so yeah, a very very feminine spectral figure suddenly appears in kind of a moonlit appearance over Valor as Valor brings down that final swing, and there's a flash of moonlight, and you see like what almost looked like a flash of moth wings just behind Valor as this happens, and the wings kind of have that pattern that almost looks like a skull embedded on them as it fades, and the shambling mound just withers into dust, and Kadam, you feel the pressure dissipate, and all of you just see like Kadam's shoulder and arm slowly appear from the disintegrating mound around them.
Come on, let's get you out of here.
Oh,
I think I pulled something.
I definitely did. Oh,
And
thanks.
Miller, you were scary.
well, I feel great, so we should keep going because I feel like I could just keep going forever. And
Okay.
Calm down. We can take a couple of minutes at this point because
oh shit,
I feel-
that's when that wears off, that's real bad.
Noted.
Whew. Oh my goodness, but well, it lasted. That was the best thing ever.
Some sort of like energy synergy with the whammy that you put on, Lyra.
Yeah, and her glaive is still glowing. This bright moonlit glow.
Amazing. Is it how long does that last for?
An hour.
Holy shit. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, she's just looking at her glaive real proudly. All right, shall we go find Red Ruth?
Yeah.
Do we
I'm
need
gonna
a
slap
minute?
a second level heal on myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you say there was some sort of like wall that we were coming up against, like a big stone wall? or something?
No, it's all like brambled wall around you. And in fact, because this kind of section is a little more theater of the mind, I am going to move us from this map for just a moment. And if something does come up again, we'll go back to it. But you all take a second here. Kadam, you cure yourself with a second level spell. Anybody else doing anything, or do you want to keep pressing on?
Hold on. So Calliope is disguised as a little imp right now,
I am
right?
currently a winged devil with its wings and tatters.
Yeah, I think does it look like we are being watched at all? Are there? I mean, of course there are like things staring at us, but are they? Do I get the feeling that Ruth knows we're here?
Make a perception roll.
If she doesn't, she's in trouble.
17.
You carefully scan the environment around you, and indeed you see like periodically those petrified faces poking out through the brush, just embedded in the trees. But you don't see anything obvious that indicates that you are being watched.
Is it like, I mean, Mad Maggie had those like eyes embedded in the Kenku's armor.
Mm-hmm.
Are the petrified faces like give that vibe at all?
Yeah.
From, I mean, when you look at them, you don't see any movement or anything. You're welcome to, I don't know, if you want to get real close and inspect one, you'd kind of have to
Yeah,
like
sure.
push a little ways into the
Oh,
ground.
no, I'm sure she knows we're here. I'm not gonna crawl into that stuff. Do you see they're coming out? They can move through the walls there. That was a nasty surprise. Did not like that.
Yep.
No, but just in case, just for at least. I'm going to do it anyway. Pip is just going to, even though it doesn't really matter, kind of duck into a little sort of alcove and take an alter self potion to make herself look like Mad Maggie.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Duck into a corner, drink the potion, and you all see Pip emerge as Mad Maggie, the eyes sort of looking around in various directions.
I see your disguised self, Laura.
I'd love to pay my cousin a visit.
Oh god.
I thought we were hoping to keep this a surprise. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So do you all continue winding your way through this maze?
What, you're not gonna have me roll deception, Nathan? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If you're gonna.
Well, if he kind of like mounts back up into Big Dummy,
Okay.
nestles in.
Mounting up, you all get back into kind of a semblance of, get your group back together and press on, trying to find a different path forward. I'm going to need another group survival roll from everybody here.
I think I'm gonna guide myself.
Sure.
Survival?
Survival.
Ooh. Those chameleon eyes do not help.
Ooh, unnatural 20 with the +1.
Dirty 20.
Yay.
Nice. Okay. What did Valor and Kadam get?
Valor got a 7.
Okay.
Kadam got a 26.
Okay.
Okay. Did you get a natural 20?
No,
Okay.
but I rolled a 4 on my guidance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do we think this is worth Pasha geniusing?
For Valor?
Mm,
I mean, it's majority rules. I think we're okay.
okay.
All
Assuming
right.
Luma doesn't get a 1.
Lulu got a 1.
Lulu got a
she
1!
actually did. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
So
so-
you continue to press through this horrid maze, hearing that perpetual sound of the strange fly-like insects every once in a while, and the incessant drip of blood. But you continue to
Wait.
wind through. Yes.
This is the first time that I have been exposed to blood since my birthday present.
I will tell you.
Is this different for me in any way?
It is. The scent in here is like I'll let you decide how you feel about it, but it is like kind of overwhelming. Like your sense of smell, you're realizing, is becoming really potent. Like you can detect so many finer subtleties in the smell of this blood. Sure, it's got that irony, like strong irony smell to it, but there's other scents that are wafting in and almost triggering like intuitive recognition of like finer details of this not coming from like a humanoid, and this is coming from some strange plant-like growth, and there's like tones within there that just somehow intuitively you know that this is coming from like a plant and not a humanoid. And you're also starting to pick up like other smells. When those little insects fly past, there's like a little quick burst of like almost like ammonia or something that hits your nose as they whip past. There's just so many scents that are starting to enter into your consciousness that you're becoming aware of.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You wind your way through. Another 20 minutes or so pass as you're trying to find your way to the center of these brambles. You find a path that seems promising, that seems to be winding deeper and deeper and deeper, and then it comes to, once again, a dead end. At the end of this sort of pocket, though, you can see what looks to be a corpse, not a petrified corpse like, you know, melded into the trees. This looks to be a fresher corpse, albeit not like super fresh, but this is looks to be some sort of drow person that's sort of like tangled up in the brambles, and you can see that part of their right arm is like starting to be pulled and merged into the wood. There are brambles that are coming up and out of their mouth and sort of spilling out, but you can see that hanging from their shoulder, that's like not quite pulled into the tree, there looks to be a bag that has managed to survive. The bag has Kadam, you kind of recognize, it's not interesting. Hold on. Yeah, I mean it's like a whatchamacallit, a, you know, side slung bag with a flap for a lid.
Does it look like mine or Calliope's?
Make a perception roll.
Oh, yeah. 24.
You peer into the well, I guess you have a lot of bright light now as Valor steps forward and illuminates the space. It does look similar to a bag of holding. There's a similar design stitched into it that kind of vaguely resembles a face, and you can tell that something about when these bags are enchanted and created, that somehow that design is like a common motif that seems to be used for this magic. But something looks off about it.
Yeah.
You, just for a split second, you see the face on the bag sort of shift in your direction, as if its attention is suddenly drawn to you. But then when you look again, it just looks like stitching.
Hi. Do you talk? Can you understand us?
No response.
I say the same thing in Elvish.
Make a perception. Make a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. Natural 20.
Oh, so when Kidam just talks to the brambles to...
No,
the
I'm talking to the
figures.
bag.
Okay,
This
okay.
Is, yeah, this is a different thing.
20,
This is a different thing.
20.
The bag shifts again, and you see this like face that's kind of stitched on it, and one of the eyes sort of like widens a little as if it's peering more closely at you. And you see the flap just barely kind of open up, revealing the kind of darkened space within.
Are you going to keep talking to it, or can I just put my hand in it?
I would rather you turn it inside out first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Gloves on. Learned my lesson.
It's just full of Styx water.
And then using the tongs kind of to open the lid all the way in the back and just grab the edge of it and just turn it inside out.
Okay.
It's proper OSHA doffing.
Let me see. All right, you grab it and pop it inside out. Let's see here. Like dozens of assortments of coins suddenly just like scatter across the ground. It looks like a collection of silver, gold, and like one or two platinum pieces that just scatters across the ground. There's a couple of like hold on, let me do this really quick.
Oh, yay, the best case scenario. Absolutely nothing to worry about.
A couple of coins come spilling out. You see what looks to be like attached to like a strap of leather, a little rabbit's foot that rolls across the ground. There's a little and then a little pair of earrings scatter across the ground that are in the shape of like teardrops, like little silver teardrops. And you can just barely make out as you look closely that inside there's like a little teardrop shaped glass piece that's kind of being held by the silver, and inside that it actually looks like there's liquid sloshing around inside this pair of earrings.
1000% putting that in. Just picking that up. But you know what? I'm like, I think with the tongs, inspecting them, and just drops them into her hand, or it's just like teardrops.
At this point, Calliope has finished, just like in the back, unfolding the kind of like a workbench from Big Dummy. I'm like, yeah, I got the pearl. Come on, bring him over here. We can take a closer look.
Okay, so you're gonna do identify on it.
Which one do you think? The earrings or that bag?
Earrings first. I am suspicious. I think I know what the bag is.
Here to enlighten us with your proposition?
I suppose, Nathan, can I have heard of these?
Yeah, I'd say that maybe with your time in Baldur's Gate having so much like maybe, well, you had never been to Rivlin's, right? But yeah, with Cortea, maybe Cortea telling stories about Rivlin, Blackhand's shop. Maybe that's come up a couple times. Yeah, you would have heard stories about what you suspect this is.
All right. So there are bags of holding, and there are also what are called bags of devouring.
Oh, yeah?
Where you can't get the things back, except under specific circumstances.
That seems pretty easy.
Well, I know how it works. Vaguely.
Okay.
And
I mean, like, if you turn it upside down and shake it out, or turn it inside out, then it will come out. Same with a bag of holding. But you can't, like, stick your arm down there. I don't remember if something bad happens if you stick your arm down there, or whether you just don't come back with whatever item you're looking for.
Hey, get one of those sticks.
yeah, I'm way ahead of you.
All right, you grab a stick and you just
Science.
okay. What are you doing with the stick?
Just, I put little notches on the stick, and I'm going to just see how many notches come back out when I
Okay.
pull the stick out.
All right, so you slide the stick in and then slide it back out, and it still looks fine. Still looks intact.
Yeah, seems fine.
My sister told me stories a few years ago about a heist that went wrong because of one of these things.
So be careful around it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember them being sentient though. Can I like look at the bag like face to face?
Yeah. So it's been, I'm assuming, put back to not inside out.
And while you're doing that, I'm starting ritually casting Identify on the earrings, I guess.
Okay. You take a look at the bag. What are you looking for in particular?
Is it meeting my eyes? Is it avoiding my gaze? Like, I don't think I've ever seen one of these things move before.
Make
Holding
make an insight check. Insight or perception?
I'll definitely go insight. Wow, I have rolled 19, 20, 18. It's 27.
27. My God. Looking at it for a while as Calliope is over in the corner ritually casting, you see once again the stitching kind of shift, as if it's trying to... It's interesting. It's like you get this sense that it's like trying to sense things around it, almost like I mean, yeah, almost like a predator just sitting there trying to gauge what's around it. There's like this very imperceptible, almost like tingling sensation on your palms as you hold it, and you see, again, it's so subtle the way the stitching kind of, the face of the stitching sort of shifts, and then you blink and then it's like unmoving. It's just such a subtle, like, quick little movement.
I'm going to ritual cast Detect Magic. I want to see if this is actually a bag of devouring.
Okay. Calliope, you sit there, and after 10 minutes, the Identify spell releases as you inspect it. You don't find anything magical on these earrings, but you are able to determine, for whatever reason, as you are inspecting it very, very closely, the liquid inside each earring of the little, like, teardrop shape is actually like tears. Your Identify spell is able to detect like something about the composition of the liquid inside there are actual tears that are being somehow like held within these little glass teardrop shaped earrings.
That's weird. Who'd want to have tears of stuff?
Remembrance. Remembrance, usually.
Could be like angel tears or something.
You can do a lot with holy font tears too, I've heard.
Oh yeah?
I mean, we saw that. Or saw someone try and collect them.
Well,
I wonder
yes.
whose they are. Does the drow have pierced ears?
Great question.
You look over at the drow. Yes, the drow has pierced ears, but has a different set of earrings on currently.
Okay. Any identifying markings on the drow of any kind? Clothing, insignia?
Looking. Let me see here.
I think I also have Little Dummy, and maybe, or Little Dummy at least is collecting the coins that spilled out. Just like doing the
Yeah.
Spirited Away, like little coal sprite, like moving little objects and stacking them up.
Yeah, by the end of that, Little Dummy is able to count up 126 worth gold worth of coins. I go ahead and you can just list it as 126 gold. But yeah, it's essentially assorted coins that match up to that. Looking at the
I'll have that.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Looking at the drow, you don't see any insignia that's like there is no insignia on this drow. They are just wearing like rugged gear that looks like it's meant for, you know, exploring and going out, like traveling gear. Like they have armor on that's been kind of shredded and pierced up by the brambles themselves.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
Hey, is it worth doing the thing that you did, where you talked to a corpse, maybe?
I was thinking that. I didn't prepare that spell today, though.
Yeah, that's
It would be I don't really want to behead this person, so...
I think we can let that one lie. Hey, what about that rabbit's foot? Can I just, like, give it a quick once-over to see if it's, like, magical at all? Like, with an Arcana check or something?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Your Detect Magic finishes, Kadam, and you
I guess the Detect Magic would also tell us.
Well, yeah, so the Detect Magic finishes. No magic coming off the rabbit's foot. Just seems to be literally a lucky charm. Strong, it would probably be, like, I guess it'd be conjuration magic coming off of the bag. I think that would be the type of magic.
Alright.
But you get the sense from the magic coming off of it, you suspect it is what the stories that you've heard. You suspect it is a bag of devouring.
Alright. Do I know if... Well, I suppose it would be. If I put the bag of devouring inside my bag of holding, then we would have the explosion, yeah?
Sorry, do you know what?
Would I know if I put the bag of devouring inside my bag of holding, would we get the portal to the astral plane sort of thing?
You can make an... Oh no. You can make an Arcana check.
I think
Calliope can also... Calliope probably knows that.
Specialty.
Yeah. I would say
done.
I would say that
and I'm just going to say yes. I'm not even going to make the roll.
No.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I'd say that Calliope just knows that offhand. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Being an artificer, you can make bags of holding. I think you understand that is something that can happen.
But it counts.
All right. I won't do that.
So, again, we should remember this as an emergency thing. In case all is lost. We got a lot of these like extra dimensional things. I bet one of us could go out in a heroic sacrifice, pulling Zariel into the astral plane, maybe. Yeah,
Sure.
if we meet her.
I will fold up the bag neatly and put it in my backpack.
Okay. Yeah. You slide that in. You can go ahead and put that you have a bag of devouring.
Okay.
I will give Little Dummy the rabbit's foot.
Oh.
Hey, hold on to this for me. Let's just stitch it in there.
Yeah.
He's wearing it like a necklace.
Yeah, and now there's just a little rabbit's foot just dangling there. Amazing. Okay.
Do you want the earrings?
like to take the earrings, just in case.
Yeah, sure.
They're compelling. Makes no sense. Compelling, though.
All right, so the earrings. Do you actually like put them on, like slip them onto your ears, or? You know, just some earrings that are found in a random bag. Just.
I think Pip is about to, and then just thinks about it, and is like, maybe later.
Okay.
Maybe when we're not stuck in a.
Stuff those away. All right, awesome. If you want to press on, I need another group survival roll.
I think Pip wants to take a couple of minutes while everybody is doing all of that to just sort of investigate kind of the path that the drow took, that type of thing, and trying to get her bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you want to get down and see, like, if there's any tracks left over?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and make an investigation roll.
Just something to... 15.
15? Yeah. Looking down, it looks like this... Again, hell is so weird with time, but you suspect this person was probably pulled up into this bramble somehow, probably about a day ago. And you can just barely make out some tracks that are leading, you know, the way that you came. If you want to follow them, you would suspect you would be able to find a way out of here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think Pip is just going to start like scoring little bits on the ground, just like not getting lost in a labyrinth here.
Okay, cool. So you
We're kind of getting lost in a labyrinth here.
Start scoring off as you go.
I'm sure it'll just remold or whatever, but I have to try.
All right, another group survival roll to try to find your way to the center.
I don't got that many good rolls in me. 13.
20 for me.
20, okay.
And 10 for Valor.
Okay.
Oh, Christ.
22
okay.
for Lulu.
Yay, Lulu.
So what do we got? We got 22 for Lulu, 20 for Kidam, 10 for Valor, 7 for Pip, 13 for Calliope.
I think I'm going to flash a genius this one for me to bring it up to 18.
Okay.
And that's like, hey, wait a minute. We can just look up. And I think like we'll just like blast like using like energy or like ray of frost to try to get like a little pinprick of light.
Okay.
And then use that to figure out which direction we are going somehow. Maybe it's at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
But Avernus is so weird. Like it's not like I can like look at the sun. Maybe this isn't a good flash of genius.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how the light would help. Yeah, because there's no like angle really for the sun.
Okay, I'm gonna do two holes.
Okay.
And then like that experiment where you can determine that the world is or the Earth is round by like I don't know doing weird things with shadows. I think I do that and I'm like, okay, everyone, just like hold up. Give me 5 minutes. Okay. I just need to see how these like shadows, if the two pinpricks get like closer, further, and how they move.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I was like a little notebook and was just like scribbling down and like doing some equations.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So you start sit down for just like 5 minutes here, doing your equations, trying to figure out.
I think we came from that way. No, I'm sure we came from that way. So I think we want to keep heading deeper in that way.
It's really odd as you observe this like phenomenon with the shadows. You kind of see like I'm trying to think. They seem to kind of like oscillate, like they're always just kind of like subtly moving. Like there isn't a consistent like orbit, right? Like a rotation to whatever this place is that you're in. They're always just slightly like moving and oscillating.
Okay, so maybe instead of knowing what works, we know, okay, we should not be paying attention to light anymore, guys. Knowing what doesn't work is almost as important as knowing what does work.
I'll give you this. You, in that moment, as you're like explaining this, you kind of look back down really quick to like double check at the two little pinpricks of light, and you see for just a second it looks like a shadow kind of passes over one of them, and you quickly look up into that hole, and you can barely make out what looks to be kind of a pronounced bramble branch kind of shooting up into the sky. And you immediately have this realization that you remember seeing that when you drove in. It was like a distinctive landmark in the bramble, and you know that it is kind of roughly towards the center. And so that gives you a quick mental image, like based on the angle of that branch and kind of the way it looked, you have an idea of like which way the center would be.
How tall are these brambles?
They probably rise like on average. The little like burrow that you're in is not tall at all. It's maybe like ranging from 6 foot to like 7 foot. It's not terribly tall, but the thickness of the roof is probably like, I don't know, 15 to 20 feet thick. And then
so we're going through like little warrens. It's not like we can send Lulu up and to say...
No.
Okay.
This is like an incredibly dense mess of like twisted, knotted brambles and vines and roots.
I probably needed Pip's help for this then, and be like, hey, can we focus Mad Maggie's like kind of like energy and like use your pistol to just like shoot a beam up and just like burn through it?
Yeah, well, so yeah, between the two of you, make these holes, do this experiment, and then you see that one pronounced landmark, which allows you to start guiding the group in the direction of towards the center. With that flash of genius, you're able to, all of you, start to find your way towards what feels like the center, until eventually you come around a corner and you see kind of a, not really a clearing, it's just like a knotted mass, almost like a tumor in the center of this brambled mess, and what looks like a little doorway, like a little like hobbit almost hovel type thing, and you can see that there is like, you know, almost like a curtain covering the entryway, but it is made from just like hundreds if not thousands of bones, body parts, and entrails, just like creating this, you know, veil into this little hovel, and decorating the outside of this place are garlands made from entrails that are sort of woven in with little bones and teeth. There's just this like incredibly intricate display of what is almost beautiful in its intricacy and complexity, but it's all made from like somehow preserved body parts and bones and entrails. And in this area in particular, there is just an even more incessant, almost like light rain of blood just kind of everywhere. And you hear the sound of those little fly-like creatures is very intense in this area as you approach. Just... But you seem to have found at least some sort of abode. You suspect this may be the center. You suspect this may be the home of Red Ruth, but it's still, there's still that a little bit of that uncertainty of like, but what would you like to do?
Is Holy Weapon and Alter Self still up?
Holy Weapon fades. How long does Alter Self last for?
Let me...
An hour.
Yeah.
1 hour. I would say, because you cast it, you probably have like Yeah, I think Alter Self would have faded as well to get
Disguise
all the way
self
here.
is also down.
Yeah. So unless you want to re-up those. Okay.
Okay.
I'll,
Regardless, I think
I'll give you this. For Alter Self, since you did that right at the end of the combat and kind of when you all were like talking and trying to decide what to do, Alter Self is probably up for another like 5 minutes. Everyone else's spells kind of fade as you come around the corner, and Pip, you feel that it's not gonna hold much longer. It's I don't know, it's maybe like a sensation in your stomach almost, like you can sense the like alchemy starting to fade, but you know that you're right at the edge.
You've almost fully digested that potion.
Exactly, yeah.
Quite nauseous right now. I can feel it coming back up. I think at that point, Pip just looks around and is like, yes, the same interior decorators. Yeah. Hello, Ruth.
You call out. Go ahead and make a deception roll for me.
I have the actor feeds, so I can get advantage.
Holy crap, 27. Nice. You call out into the space, and it is uncanny to both of you how much Pip sounds like Mad Maggie as you call out into this space.
Question. Does that make us uncomfortable enough that Mad Maggie can see through Pip's eyes at this moment?
Oh. Well, that's a good question for both of you. How uncomfortable are you with experiencing this from Pip? Is this just like a kind of just like it's weird, uncanny, or is it like, are you getting hit with some sort of stronger emotional response?
I don't think I can say that Calliope's that upset about it.
Okay.
Calliope's into this sort of hijink.
Yeah. What about Kadam?
Kadam is feeling deep embarrassment verging on shame because of this. This is like they're anticipating Pip being found out very soon, and for it to reflect badly on all of them, and for it to be at best, you know, some snide comment that's just gonna cut at best.
Then yeah.
Cool. Just wanted to know.
Pip, you do sense, suddenly you sense another presence with you, and you kind of feel this like burbling excitement and contentment that's not your own, sort of pushing into your own feelings.
I'm such a good actor.
All right. You say all that. You all wait for a moment. That was a loud yawn.
Oh, that was me saying Pip in the middle of a yawn.
Oh, I see. You say Pip. Sorry. Are you gonna ask Pip something?
No.
Yeah, I thought I would.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
That's Verity. No, wait, that's Mad Maggie.
Verity, would you mind dropping that before she sees? We're gonna get in there and we're gonna sit down to tea, and then everything's just gonna fall apart.
Pip is kind of engaging with that sort of burbling excitement that isn't quite her own, even though I think she is kind of excited with how good her impression is, and is thinking like, what would Mad Maggie do? What would Mad Maggie do in this situation? How do they interact? how would she get something she wants from Red Ruth? Is contemplating on that and hearing Kadam ask, but I don't know if it's coming through entirely.
Okay, so what do you just kind of hesitate and hold the form?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna drop in a minute anyway.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
You all hear a dry, croaking, husky voice creep out from the darkness inside the hovel. Maggie, how pleasant to have you here. Why don't you come in? We could sit down for some of your precious tea. I smell that you have friends with you. Come to me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think Pip isn't even going to talk. It's just kind of like, oh, this happened? Oh, this worked?
Okay.
But
Do you
it's
walk
going
in?
Yeah, walk in.
Okay, so Pip does not drop the form and strides forward towards the curtain of body parts. And Pip, you feel that feeling intensify inside you, and yeah, that's what you feel. The rest of you follow?
I pulled up Big Dummy
Okay.
to the. Yeah. Oh, hang number 2. We can do this.
All right. You follow Pip. Kadam? Okay.
In the back.
Okay. I think Valor sees you hesitate and sort of stops and turns to you and just kind of reaches out to place a hand on your shoulder. You all right?
We need to talk to Pip.
All right. We can do it probably after this.
Yeah.
I don't think Pip has much time, so we should probably...
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You all head inside. Pushing past the curtain of body parts, Pip, you feel this horrible texture of like wet and dry and soft and hard as you push past these entrails and bones and fingers and toes just into this space. The scent in here for you is intense. Kadam, for you it is so overwhelming as you step inside. And inside this place you find yourself in what feels like sitting inside of almost a stomach or something. Like you're in a very red space, but it is like an organic, fleshy red. And there's furniture set all about the place. It's made from bones and like all bleach white, and some of the brambles themselves have come inside the space to form some of the furniture. And lining these dozens and dozens of shelves in this tight little space are just thousands of what look to be like bottles filled with thick red viscous fluid, which you suspect has got to be blood. And towards the back of this rounded space is like a big rounded hunched humanoid figure, just kind of fully shoulders like above where the head would be and the neck kind of swooping down to this rounded kind of sagging face. and you can see that this figure is wearing what looks like a dress that's just been stitched with sinew, and the dress is made from tiny bone pieces, so the whole thing kind of clatters and shifts as this figure sits and moves and looks up towards you. The eyes are just kind of snowblind, looking in your direction. The face sort of drawn down into kind of a perpetual frown, looking at you all, sort of wide and wrinkled and full of folds. There are like dozens of necklaces that kind of extend out in rings down over the chest, and they're all adorned with what look like various different types of species of tiny skulls of like humanoid shapes, more reptilian shapes, more maybe goblinoid, but little tiny versions of these skulls all lining, and all of them are kind of gently chattering, and you hear the faintest sound of what sound like nursery rhymes just kind of singing out of these little skulls that are hanging from this figure. And the figure just looks at you with the snowblind eyes. Maggie, come. And in front of Red Ruth is like a basin that's just filled with blood, and as you approach, she just kind of waves her hand, and you watch as some kind of image that was on the surface just quickly fades. And you can see her arm is like covered in like puncture marks that are still just kind of slowly, perpetually bleeding all over this space as she just gestures for you all to come inside. And she kind of pulls some of this stringy hair away from her snowblind eyes and looks at you all. I see you bring me friends. What can I do for you, Maggie, on this day? And, what do you do, Pip?
Oh my goodness. How much time does it feel like I have left for Alter Self? Like, do I feel it imminently?
Like just 2 minutes. Yeah, it is imminent.
Can you not re-up it? Do you not have it?
I mean, I could, but it would just be like, excuse me, let me just drink the potion right now.
I need to powder my nose and like pull your nose back out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could just do that.
What are you gonna do?
Just
short
like
window here.
Yes. Do I get the feeling that? I mean, it seems like they are friendly with each other, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can make us some tea.
I would like that.
I'll get it started. I'll pull out a boiler, I guess.
Yeah, because you look around and you don't see anything that looks like could be used to make tea in this space.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I'll pull out the tea.
Okay, so with Calliope pulling out the little like boiler to make the tea, I'm assuming this is some little contraption you have, just kind of.
Yeah.
And then Kadam, you start pulling out like loose leaf tea to start brewing.
Yeah, I'll pull out the nice stuff that Cortea gave me.
Okay.
I just checked my notes. We specifically got the recipe for Mad Maggie's tea.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to make Mad Maggie's tea?
Do we have the components to make Mad Maggie's tea?
it looks like there's. Well, I need to just go gather some things real fast, and yeah, I mean, right? Because there's like bones everywhere.
You didn't bring what you needed. Why are you here? And why have you brought these people with you?
I think at this point, Pip is just going to drop the
Okay.
just drop the illusion.
I was
and
about to say you probably
yeah.
had like a number, like 3 rounds left to make a decision, but you're just gonna drop the illusion. Okay, so
Yeah.
you transform back into yourself. You see Ruth just stare at you. Interesting. Who are you?
Maggie hasn't talked about me. I'm her protege.
The figure leans forward. You hear like creaking and clacking, and the little like singing becomes quieter around her neck, and the head seems to kind of push out almost like a turtle towards you. Oh, yes, I know who you are. Ah, yes. So why have you come to me, looking for another deal?
Perhaps. We need your counsel and your knowledge.
Well, I'm happy to oblige. Everything costs something here. If you have some soul coins, we could come to an arrangement. Or, of course, we could do something not so straightforward, if you wish.
Leaning over to Lyra, how many soul coins do we have? I haven't been paying attention.
I think we have.
Oh, I'm Lyra.
You're Lyra.
Three.
Okay. I skilled her, I guess.
Plus
It'll come to that. It's not a lot.
No, but we'll ask our questions first and then think about payment afterwards.
Ask all you want.
Oh man. All right. We need help breaking a binding to Zariel.
Alternatively, we're looking for a citadel. That would skip the whole Dow business.
She looks a little more closely at all of you, takes a second, looks down, and pulls out of one of the eye sockets of the little skulls just a long needle, and then just quickly punctures her arm and lets the blood splatter down onto a kind of little stone table next to the basin that she has in front of her. And as it splats, it kind of splats in weird patterns. She kind of looks at it, wipes it up, and it seems to get drawn back into her hand. And then she looks at all of you.
Can I determine anything from those patterns?
Make a religion or arcana check.
I'll definitely go. I rolled another natural 20.
Wow. Yeah,
25.
you immediately recognize that what she just did was essentially a commune spell, but not connecting with any kind of deity that you know of, or you're not certain. Like, she did something that allowed her to divine something through her blood splatters, and she looks at all of you. You seek the Bleeding Citadel.
Yeah, that's the one. And seems like you might know something about bleeding.
I'm afraid I won't be able to help you find the Bleeding Citadel, but I could help you find those who know of its existence.
Well, we know people who know of its existence.
Do you know where they are?
Only
Roughly,
one.
yes, actually.
Only one. Only the Tiamat one.
Well, also
There could be-
Bell.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you seek the others, I could point you to them for a price, of course.
Of course.
I also see that you are originally came here to help Ralzala, the Tao bound to the Demon Zapper. The Tao that is very displeased with her arrangement with Zariel.
Yep.
I do know how to break her bindings.
What'll that one cost? I am uncomfortable. Here, this dripping place.
Well, we could go a number of directions with this.
In soul coins?
Perhaps, if you have the right amount.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to save some of your coins, I'm in need of a pampering. It's been quite some time since I've had a bath and some me time. If you were to find the Wandering Emporium and make arrangements for me, I'd be willing to give you this information just for that. I could show you where it is, of course. There's just one catch. As I am loath to leave my place of residence, as I go and get pampered, I would need all of you to stay behind. No touching anything, of course. I will know if you do.
Wait, so you don't like leaving, so you want complete strangers to stay at your house when you're not here?
Yes, something like that. I get a good sense from you. And she points a gnarled finger at you, Kadam. So,
Soul coin wise, what would that amount be? Just out of curiosity.
I'm willing to do a divination for 3 coins.
I don't think we need a divination. We just need you to say some words, right? Like you said, you know how to help Rosala.
Yes, I need to tap into the possibilities. So
Yeah, that's right.
she leans back, head kind of sinks in, hands come together. How would you like to move forward? And I think we should end there, as you have a couple of options here before you.
No, that's a reasonable price.
I do want to ask her though, just like, hey, so if I were Mad Maggie, would I have gotten that for free?
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining.
Yeah.
We will see you all next week. And yeah, Claire and I are going to Emerald City Comic Con next week, which I can't believe it's that soon. If you happen to be in Seattle, hit us up on our Instagram and maybe we can meet up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Talk to y'all or see you all next week and have a lovely evening. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.